Welcome, Kat.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. But how are you? Things are very difficult in California at the moment.
It's kind of a minute by minute thing. There hasn't been a whole lot of information coming into Sonoma Valley where I am. They seem to have been focused on the news of many other fires. So we've been, trying to kind of gather information wherever we could get it, which a lot of that was social media and just finding out for ourselves. But I'm a little discombobulated. You just asked me why I was wearing the color I'm wearing, and actually, I don't even know what I packed to get out of home. So this is just something that I pulled out of the suitcase.
Okay, so you're in a very unusual situation that the fires have spread pretty much across California. Is that right? It's not just
Right,
it's up in the north where you are, but also in Los Angeles.
right, right.
I think.
And I think a lot of theirs have to do with the Santa Ana winds. And it just, if you looked at a fire map, it was sort of a giant upside down horseshoe over the whole state.
Uh-huh. And so, do we know what the cause of these fires is?
Not yet, no. We haven't heard anything about that.
So is there speculation that they might be deliberate fires or just natural events? Is that possible?
I think they're looking at natural events was the last thing I heard, but generally we've been hearing a lot of our information from the sheriff who doesn't investigate that. It's the Cal Fire who does.
Uh-huh.
So we're still waiting on that. I think they're focusing more on getting rid of the fire and then they're going to figure out what happened.
So what sort of thing are you hearing about? We've been hearing about large death tolls from across all the fires.
Right.
Is that right? Or
Yeah, I have numbers from Northern California, and the total for Northern California right now is 29.
Gosh.
Sonoma County is 17 of those, and they've identified 10 of them as of this afternoon around 2. And the problem is they're not actively looking for anybody yet, so the numbers are going to climb. These are just people that they found just going through evacuating people and just stumbling across them.
Right, so and that's just the north of California. So if you take all the fires into total, you talk about 29 up north. So in terms of the whole event, it's going to be leading on to huge numbers. And the fires are still burning, I believe.
Oh, they are. They are. Today was the first day that I saw really actively trying to contain them. Up until today, it's been zero containment. They had, what were they, DC-10s out today, dropping fire retardant. And I think that they had good weather, and it was their first chance to really try to get ahead of it. But again, tonight's supposed to be another windy night, and we're just kind of in a wait and see.
Now, in the past few days, you've been out and about using social media, using live videos on Facebook to show people what's happening. Why have you done that?
Well, we got kind of frustrated. Like I said, we're Sonoma Valley, and we're in the center of several places, Santa Rosa and Napa, and the fires surrounding us are kind of coming from every direction. And we feel like if the fire hits us, it'll just be gone. And it's a little nerve-wracking to have them talking constantly about places that have already burnt down and not give us any information about what's coming to us. And we woke up Monday and things started to look apocalyptic and they weren't saying anything on the news. So we just decided we were going to go out and we were going to show people what we were finding. Looking at the fire map is very confusing. They have lines for containment. They have lines for active fires. They have lines for just hot spots. And it's really hard to tell how far away the fire is. And there were times when we'd be looking up at the hillside and it would just be lit up with flames. And you can't tell, does that mean we have a couple hours or a couple days?
Really? That must be very frightening.
It is terrible, yeah.
So you used the word apocalyptic, which from a distance sounds like an exaggeration, but I'm sure that it's not.
Well, it's just the reason I say that is it's kind of like being in, just a sci-fi movie. You walk out, the sky's red. You can look directly at the sun. It's just an orange blob in the sky because there's so much smoke, and you can't see more than a couple blocks ahead of you. Everybody's got the mask on, so people are outside walking their dogs in a breathing apparatus, and the colors are unreal. The light is unreal. There's ashes raining on you. It feels apocalyptic.
Right, so this is the time to get out and shoot a zombie movie, maybe.
Right, exactly. I mean, why aren't they taking advantage of that?
So, actually, that's another interesting point that you just raised. That we think about the fires, but the smoke and the ash is something that's affecting areas that even aren't immediately threatened by fire.
Oh, yeah. We evacuated to my mother-in-law's house, which is about 50 miles south of Sonoma. It's about 15 minutes from the Golden Gate Bridge. And the night we got here, it was a little smoky, but we couldn't tell if we were just still smelling the stuff we brought with us. But within a few hours, the smoke was rolling in, and today we had to go around town in our breathing masks again.
Right.
And I think the locals thought that was a little strange, but I did see in several places that they were wearing their masks here too.
Okay, could I just ask you, Kat, you've evacuated, but and many other people have had to evacuate. I see that local community is playing a huge role in supporting people. So what sort of, just briefly, what is the experience of people evacuating?
Well, I think some people are stuck. This is new to us. We are used to floods. We are used to earthquakes. We're used to towns several hours away lighting up on fire and disappearing, but it doesn't generally happen in our area. We have small wildfires, so this fire is pretty much the biggest thing we've seen, and but we're a really giving community, and right away people were jumping up to help their neighbors. We closed down the high school. There is, I think I have this number here, 300 plus people staying at the Sonoma Valley High School, sponsored by the Red Cross, and they've got even 100 plus more people who are coming in. They're couch surfing. I'm a little raspy from all the smoke.
Sure.
Over 100 people coming in to get meals and toiletries, things like that. So that's just one place. Obviously, it's overflowed. So then nearby towns have opened also. And
people are just have the bare necessities with them.
Right. Yeah. We were lucky in that. We had time to think about what we wanted to bring. I didn't really, because I was more concerned about getting the kids, their comfort, their pillows and their loveys and things like that. But some people basically got a warning: grab what you need, grab your pets, get in your car, get out of here. And they had no time to get anything, and their homes are destroyed and gone now. Well,
that's an amazing story, Kat. We look forward to talking to you and hearing some better news soon.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us here on aNews.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.